Welcome back to Noise Pollution. Today we're going to be covering the tired old topic of Fantastic Four. I get tired of the same old news, same old characters, but they keep putting the news out, so I'm going to keep telling you about it so you don't have to go read the stuff for yourself all day long. You get it in these packages with opinionated people speaking on it. Fantastic Four. Oh, you bitch. Let me get back to it. Fantastic Four director claims Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards will lead the Avengers. Now, in case you don't know or you're confused, Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, the leader of the Fantastic Four. He stretches, to put it simply.
Okay, but okay, I'm a little bit confused because I thought he was kind of their leader, not the Avengers, but I mean of the team. So I'm a little bit
Of what
confused
team?
of the Fantastic Four team. But I'm confused about is how they came to
Okay,
make
I'll tell you how they came to come to this decision, and it is highly disappointing. I mean, the big takeaway isn't like the leader of this team is now leading this team, which makes no sense, comic wise or movie wise. It makes zero sense. But we're gonna get into why they've decided to do this. Uh, Not so different as to why they decided to get a Latina. I never get that term right. Latina. Well, they decided to replace Reed Richards with a Latino actor, right? That was out of
oh
nowhere. It made no zero sense.
yeah.
The Fantastic Four First Steps director Matt Shackman has sparked major buzz among Marvel fans by suggesting that Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, will be taking charge as leader of the Avengers. This falls in line with a recent video by industry scooper WDW Pro, which stated that Pascal would lead the Avengers in Doomsday, but the role would ultimately pass to Chris Pratt as Star-Lord in subsequent films. So, okay.
Uh,
And that may be, see, the Chris Pratt playing the Star Lord character. That's
yeah.
likely because it's kind of like Latino, uh, gay trumps Latino.
Yeah.
What's a better term so I can quit using that one?
Um. Oh God, I don't know.
Anyway, this revelation comes amid ongoing hype about the family dynamic within the Fantastic Four itself. Oh, here it comes. Where Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby, appears to have been positioned as the team's leader. They did it so they could put a woman leading the Fantastic Four, and then so they could then have the Latina leading the Avengers, then swapped out by a gay actor leading the Avengers.
So basically, it's more bullshit.
Oh yeah, but isn't it always? I mean, did you expect different? Did you expect better?
No.
Especially from Disney, Marvel Disney, which you might as well just say Disney.
True. That is very.
Shackman's comments appeared to dash hopes or fears that Sam Wilson will, the current Captain America, the Blackton America, will
Yeah.
step up as the Avengers head, which it sounds like that was their plans. They were going to have Blackton America, the fake Captain America, the Falcon America.
Yeah.
Um, that was their plans, but that movie failed so pitifully because they tried to make it a Hulk movie without the Hulk in it. What? But
That doesn't.
anyway, I know. I guess it's because Falcon Captain America didn't have enough of his own enemies and story and background to stand on his own. So it's like, well, who are we gonna borrow from? But it flopped so hard that they're like, give it to the Mexican. I mean, is that Pedro? He's Mexican, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah. No, I don't think he's Mexican. I think he's Spanish.
Spanish. Okay. Give it to the Spanish man. And it's like, oh, we can't do that. Okay, give it to the gay actor. Well, okay, well, I'll make the other community mad. We'll give it to him first, and we'll give it to him. And it's like, but why don't we give it to a woman? Oh, but we're giving the Fantastic Four a woman leader. Thing you can bet that conversation went down about like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. What I want to know is in what world these people have supposedly went to college to create this kind of stuff,
College
right?
is what did this to them. You
Well,
know,
my
you could get a bunch of 12-year-old comic book nerds to come up with better storylines and plans than this.
my point was they get paid a lot of money to come up with this drivel when there's plenty of writers that can come up with fantastic stories that
Well,
because they're not a part
that's
of the
another point.
community.
That's another point. There already exist fantastic stories in comic book past before comics really started going downhill. The stories exist. The stories are great. They don't even have to do anything but read comics and hey, this is great. Let's just do this.
Yeah, I mean the
Okay.
stories are already written.
He goes from being the nerdy scientist who's locked away in the lab to the husband and the father who would do anything to protect his family to the guy who's leading the Avengers, Shackman said. Okay, so Reed Richards, the Mr. Fantastic. Sure, he was a scientist, but I don't think it was like nerdy science. This was the 50s, 60s, I think, when it came out. I think so. And they wrote it like a sci-fi, out of this world kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he was an astronaut, and I don't think any astronaut would be sitting around like a nerdy scientist locked away in a lab. I just don't see it.
No.
Yes, and there is Pedro licking uh, a pole. He has
Why?
been he's been out making such a gay ass of himself so hard is fucking retarded.
Well, now, I mean, I think we did a video on it where he got caught stealing ladies' clothes.
Yes, yes. Shackman's vision for the film prioritizes family over superheroics, noting they are parents first, they are scientists and explorers second, and they're superheroes only when they have to be. Now, that sentiment I can't disagree with. I'm like, I can get that. I can get behind that. That's after all this insanity, he said something that made sense. And I'm like, there is a brain in there. How'd this happen?
Yeah. Well, it's clouded by the stupidity of identity politics so damn much it's hard to find in there.
Hype around Sue Storm as Fantastic Four leader. Producers and insiders have consistently positioned Sue Storm as the team's true leader. See, it says producers and insiders, and it goes on to say that the comics did it. Both cannot be true. Either they were following the comics or the producers and insiders decided to do it. A shift that aligns with recent comic book updates where Sue has officially been made the leader of the team. In the latest comic run, Sue takes command, replacing Reed and declaring, I lead this team. Okay, okay. Sure, in the recent, you want to know why? Because before they make these multi-million or billion-dollar movies, they go talk to the comic companies and go, hey, we're going in this direction and we need you to go in this direction. They're acting like they took the comics lead. That
Yeah.
is absolutely not true. She has never been the team leader, and they couldn't do without her. Of course, all four in the team always use their powers in conjunction with one another, and every one of them were vital.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the Invisible Woman and these fuckers back here.
Yeah, I mean, it just aggravates the shit out of me when they make a movie like this and then they go back and change the comic to match the movie.
Producer Grant Curtis confirming, if you do go back through the comics, you realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four, because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart. As I was just saying, without any one of them, it all falls apart. Their powers were literally made to work in conjunction with one another.
That's what I was going to say. They all had to work together.
A super strong man made of rock like substance, a man that flies and he's essentially made of fire, one that stretches, and a woman that's invisible that can make invisible barriers. That they work in conjunction. I mean, the whole idea of the Fantastic Four, there's four of them and they work as a team and they need each other. And they
Yeah.
are obliterating this idea, this concept for feminism. Just like I haven't been in the Marvel comics for a while, but I was into them for decades, and I've never known Reed Richards to lead the Avengers. They had too many people in line to step up as the leader when needed. Plus, they'll be like, "Hey, what about your team? It's not your team. That's your family. What the hell are you doing? You're stretching yourself too thin."
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They wouldn't even consider him a leader of the Avengers.
So does this mean Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards might be the leader of the Avengers when he's not even the leader of the Fantastic Four? So yeah, they make a great point there. It's like, okay, Mr. Stretchy Man, how are you gonna lead us, this big old team that's more powerful, more well known, when you can't even lead the Fantastic Four? You're like, you had to have your wife take your place. How are you gonna lead us?
They're like, you have one job and you couldn't even do that. You had to get your wife to do it. How the hell are you going to lead us?
Many expected Anthony Mack Sam Wilson, now fully recognized in the MCU as Captain America, to assemble and lead a new Avengers team. Fully recognized, not by the fan base. You could go around, well, let's say the world, the modern world, and say, "Hey, who's Captain America? What's he look like?" How many of them gonna be like, he's got a fade and brown skin and wears some shades?
Yeah,
No,
they're not.
no,
Mm-mm. They're just not going to do it.
that's nonsense. I mean, that
Everybody,
if they wanted to build up the characters Sam Wilson, the Falcon, then do it. But to have him steal an identity,
yeah, it's stupid. But they're going to keep pushing it.
it shifts the leadership mantle to the Fantastic Four patriarchy, aligning with Marvel's strategy to integrate the new heroes into the multiverse saga. They are, okay, the Fantastic Four is based in another universe, and they do come over to the regular Marvel universe, but that is not what they're aligning here. They're aligning the whole LGBTQ slash feminist movement. That's what they're aligning with, and I think, I'll say it again, anybody with two brain cells could see this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Of course, this shift could be due to the box office performance of Captain America Brave New World, which flopped at the box office in an epic fashion. And yeah, I already went over why I think that was one of many reasons I think that was. Another reason is like, wait, I thought we were going to see Captain America. Who's this black dude?
Yeah, I mean, you would have had that. I'm sure there was a lot of very confused people. It's like, wait a minute, this isn't.
And then on top it off, they're like, hey, I heard the Hulk's in this. Why is he red? And why is he the president? Why is the president turning the big angry red guy? And and
Yeah.
they're and they're calling him the Hulk. What the hell's going on here? We're all confused.
Can you imagine all the little kids going, that's not the Hulk. The Hulk is green.
Yeah, and that's not Captain America. Captain America
Yeah,
doesn't fly, and he doesn't have that deep of a tan.
yeah. I can
Uh,
just hear it.
Okay, but we've said enough on this. The viewers out there can make up their own mind. Leave a comment on what you think. I found this somewhat amusing and disappointing at the same time. Till next time, we're out.